Hey Christa, thanks for the video. You asked for some advice on what happened here with the slalom, and I can explain to you why you had the issue, and then I will give you some links to some lessons we have on how to help handle this sort of a situation. Before I do that though, I also just wanted to mention that I can see here that your dog has a little bit of issue with judging the takeoff of the jump. So basically he's a bit, I'm assuming it's a he, I apologise if it's a girl, he's overthinking the takeoff a little bit. And with dogs like that, it's really important that you keep very strong connections. So it's a bit hard to see with the quality of the video here, but you can see here you're really nicely connected and really looking and allowing him to focus on the obstacle. But then as he approaches, you break the connection by turning your head away and forwards. And that's at the critical moment when he's negotiating the jump. And breaking that connection can really throw the dog off their game and stop them from being able to focus on the performance of the obstacle. So it's very important that you try to keep your connection as much as you can, just to make sure that he can really focus on performing the jumps and you don't get issues like knocked bars. Because you can see here, especially as well, he took off a little bit too early and then landed like right in front of the jump, and this very often results in knocked bars, especially if you have multiple jumps like this in succession. So just being very careful about keeping that connection. Now the issue with this kind of an entry into the weaves when you're on this side is that there is a leading leg conflict. So the dog chooses a leading leg, so the leg that's in front, when they're cantering by the side that you're on, generally as their main reason for choosing that leg. And they can only turn towards that leg. So if you're on the right and your dog chooses the right leading leg because you're on the right, they can't turn left. And to get into the weaves, obviously, we do need a left turn here. Now, eventually you do get a left turn simply because you're moving this way, putting pressure on his line. So you're forcing here a turn to the left, but it's quite late. So he doesn't make that choice until after he's already landed. So when he takes off, if we go back here a little bit, he's on the right leading leg. You can see there, just before takeoff, that the right leg is in front because you're on the right. And so then he's planning to go this way. And then by the time he lands and realizes he needs to change leading legs, he's already overshot the weaves. And that's when you get this happening. So to fix that, what you can do is after your backside send, let's go back here. So his backside send is good. So after you get commitment to the backside, even back here, that you then run straight past the wing and have your right hand up across your chest and pretend to sort of grab his nose and turn him away towards the weaves before the jump. So instead of waiting here and moving this way, because he'll then just also want to move that way, that you start moving already that way, but keep your chest turned in towards him to help him take the jump. So when you turn your chest towards this part, then the dog is more likely to stay committed to the jump and you don't have to worry about waiting here to help him take the jump. So basically having your movement going this direction and turning your chest towards the bar to help him commit. And that way before takeoff he would already know about the lead change and you would be ahead here to run on his line. So that in its own will already help a lot. If his weaves in this sort of an angle are generally not that strong, like let's say he really requires your presence near him while he's weaving, for example, then I would also work on making his weaves more independent. So going back to 6 poles either as a channel or with some guides and a reward at the end, and practicing having you on this angle while he enters and he gets the reward at the end by himself without you there, to make that weave performance much more independent. We have videos about this on the site as well. So I'll link you to our All About Weaves program, also to our Running on the Dog's Line video, because that's basically what this technique here is that you're doing. And yep, let's leave it at those 2 for now, and we'll just watch the rest of this. You can see here again he was thinking a fair bit about the jump there, just as you turning your head away and break that connection to look where you're going. So just be really careful about keeping that connection as much as you can. I think that also might have been quite a nice spot for a blind cross. Like the rear worked fine, but the blind will just give you that bit of extra time. So once he's taken that jump, he's definitely committed to coming to this side. So rather than running across here and helping him with this jump, that you just run a diagonal and do a blind cross, then you would have had time to be ahead a little bit more there. And then you wouldn't have to run so hard here for the end bit. That was nice. Yeah, so he does overthink the jumps a fair bit, and this is usually like a depth of field issue with his vision. But you can definitely help him out by being like strongly connected the whole way around. Really well done. So basically focusing on that all about the weaves thing, and the running on the dogs line will really help, and making sure that you have really strong connection. I will also send you a link to our article on leading legs just to help solidify that understanding. Well done.